Here's the hard truth most people never want to hear. Your bank account is not a math problem, it's a mirror. It reflects exactly how you think about money, how you operate, how you manage your money, how you manage your cash flow, not how hard you work, not how smart you are, and not how many hours you actually put in. It shows your relationship with your money. And until you fix that thinking and how you operate, nothing you do with money is gonna stick. We need to put a plan in place, and we need to start thinking differently about how money and wealth work. Money and wealth, it's a game. Most people are playing checkers, but you want to be playing chess. And you need to switch your mindset in order to do that. I've seen it over and over again. People earn more and then they spend more. People build up their savings and then one emergency just wipes it out. That's not bad luck. That's a mindset running the show behind the scenes and realizing that life is not going to go as planned. So today we want to change that. The difference between somebody who stays broke and somebody who builds wealth is not your income or how much money you make. It's identity. People with a poor mindset see money as something that comes and goes. They say things like, money doesn't grow on trees, or I'm just not a money person, or rich people are just lucky. And here's the problem with those statements. They're not just phrases, they're programs. Every time you repeat those things or say those things out loud, your brain starts to believe that is true. And then your behavior follows. And that's exactly what we need to fix. Now, let's contrast that with a millionaire mindset. It doesn't mean being obsessed with cash or money or being greedy. It means seeing money as a tool that responds to decisions. Wealthy people don't say, I can't afford this. They say, how am I gonna make this work? That one shift in language, that one pivot completely changes how your brain is now going to approach that problem or that goal. It's known in behavioral finance that low income creates what's called mental scarcity, a cognitive tunnel where the brain becomes immediately focused on what's lacking. It literally cannot process long-term opportunity. You are not broke because you don't have money. You're broke because scarcity is running your operating system. So let's talk about 3 specific shifts that you can put into practice starting today. These are not motivational quotes. These are practical rewirings. Shift number 1, from spending to allocating. Most people spend money, but wealthy people allocate money. There's a difference. Spending is reactive. Money comes in, you react to what you need, and then what you want, and what feels urgent. But your wealth tends to be put on the back burner. Allocating is very intentional. Every dollar has a job before it lands into your bank account. In my own financial journey, when I finally stopped managing expenses and started to assign every dollar a role, everything changed for me. Everything felt more cohesive and intentional, and that's where I really started to make the progress in my own life. Shift number 2, from avoiding discomfort to building risk tolerance. Poor mindsets avoid risk at all costs. Millionaire mindsets manage risk. And there's also a massive difference there. Your ability to take on and manage risk in an educated manner can really help make strides in your financial plan, because unfortunately, it does require taking risks to get ahead. Avoiding risk means keeping everything in your savings account that's barely earning 0.5%, while inflation eats away 3 to 4% per year of your purchasing power, which is just directly working against you. So even though it feels safe because the savings account will never go down in value, you're actively losing value. You're working against yourself. Now, I'm not telling you to throw money into assets or the stock market blindly when it's volatile and you don't know what you're doing. That's not risk management. That's gambling. What I'm saying is that educated, strategic risk is the engine of every wealth building story I know. Real estate, business ownership, equities, every single wealth building vehicle carries risk. So you need to get more comfortable with carrying risk in your life. The wealthy do not avoid risk. They learn it, they price it in, and move anyway. Shift number 3, from trading time for money to building system. This one will hit differently. Most people think the goal is to work harder and earn more. That is the ceiling though, not the strategy itself. Because time is finite. You cannot work more than 24 hours in a day. But a system, a business, an investment portfolio, a rental property, a system works while you sleep. The people I've seen make the biggest financial leaps are not the ones that have worked harder or longer hours. They're the ones that started asking, where can I put my money so it starts actually working for me? That's the shift from employee thinking to ownership thinking, from consumer to investor, from surviving to building. Now, and this is important, so stay with me. Mindset alone will not make you wealthy. I know that's not what most people say in videos like this, but I'd rather be honest with you than tell you just what sounds good. What is important to know is that your mindset is the foundation, but you still need the architecture. Because here's what I see happen all the time. People get inspired, they shift their mindset, they start investing without a strategy, and then they lose money. Or they start saving aggressively without taking into consideration inflation or the opportunity cost of the compounding growth they're missing out on, or trying to build without understanding their current tax burden and hand 30 to 40% of their gains back to the government that could have been legally protected. Your mindset opens the door to the next stage, but your strategy is going to determine whether you walk through that door successfully or not. That's exactly what financial planning is built to do. It's not about handing your money to somebody and just hoping for the best. It's about sitting down with somebody who has the full picture and genuinely has your best interests in mind, who can look at your income, look at your goals, look at your gaps, and build you a precise, personalized roadmap, a plan built around your actual life. If you're serious about rewiring your financial thinking and backing it with a strategy that actually makes sense for you, there's a link in my bio to set up a free consultation. Book a call, let's see where you're at, where you wanna be, and what it actually is gonna take to close that gap. The mindset shift is available to anyone. That's the best part. But most people never make it because they're waiting for their finances to make the shift first. But here's the truth. Your finances change after the mindset shift, not before. So make that decision today. Stop putting it off. Not when you have more money, not when you have more things, not when the timing is perfect, because spoiler alert, they're literally never gonna be perfect. I'm Andrew, please subscribe. I'm gonna continue to make videos like this, and I am so excited to be along this financial journey with you all.